Hey everybody, welcome back to the Highland Fox. Today we're going to do our predictions for the 2022 season.
All right, so keep in mind this is before pre-testing, before car reveals. There's been a lot of changes this year, so keep this with a grain of salt. We're probably going to be very wrong.
Yeah,
so we'll look back on this like next year and be like, oh my God, how dumb are we? So
yeah, this is definitely more of a gut feel, I think, because again, we haven't seen any cars on the road.
Yeah.
So
gut feel and a little bit of like hopeful thinking.
Yeah, definitely some hopeful
people. So let's get to it.
All right, so we're going to start with Constructors, which we came together as a team. So we said like the Highland Fox is Constructor, I'd pull. And then we're going to do our drivers.
Yes.
But since there's so many drivers, we're going to kind of do just our top 10.
Mm-hmm. My number 10 to 16, I was going back and forth for over a week on. So I was like, you know what, let's just do top 10. And
those are the drivers people usually care about anyway.
Yeah. And the midfield's so difficult.
It's so difficult. One race could totally alter.
Yeah. So we're going to do top 10 drivers, and then we'll do our predictions for Constructor. All right?
Yep. All right, so we're going to start with the Constructors. So we said together that Haas was going to finish 10th in the Constructors this year. Why?
So they saved all their money from last year, the year before, for 22. However, like we were talking about, they just don't have the facilities that the top teams have. They've been having a rough few years. So I would love for them to do better, but I'm going with...
Yeah. And I think they will do better. They'll score a point.
But I'm hoping for at least a point.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah. All right, so we have Alfa Romeo in 9th.
Yes. So, new driver coming in. He only finished 5th in F2.
Yeah, it was 3rd or 5th, but it wasn't.
And then Bottas is new to the team, new car. So I don't know how well they're going to do. I think Bottas is a great driver, but I just don't know how the dynamic is going to help with the constructor points. So
yeah, and you've said before that you could put Hamilton in an Alfa Romeo and he's not going to win the title.
Yeah.
So Bottas is a great driver, but it's still an Alfa Romeo. So 8th, we are saying Williams.
Yes. So I think Albon's a great driver. Does he deserve a second chance? I know some people go back and forth on it, but I'm excited to see what he can do. And then Latifi, he scores points, but he's always kind of in the back. So, but Williams is one of those legendary teams. So I'm hoping that they can not end up last like they were a few years ago. So
yeah, for sure.
We'll see.
All right, so 7th, we had a little bit of a disagreement, so we will verge a little bit here. I had Aston for this because my reasoning for this was they've copied Mercedes every year, and now this year they can't copy Mercedes. So can they put a team together in the first time without copying anybody? I'm hesitant, so I'm going to say they're 7th.
Okay. So I was between Aston and Alpine, and I ended up going Alpine. I hate doing that, but they've just been having a lot of drama backstage, I guess. Prost left. I don't know.
So you don't trust Alpine?
I don't. I mean, Alonso doesn't even know what that means.
Nobody knows.
So I'm going with Alpine. I don't know. I was so up in the air because I was really impressed with them this year, but changes, are they going to be able to stay with it? I don't know.
Yeah.
So
no, that's fair.
I'm going with Alpine.
Yeah. So then next we had AlphaTauri. We agreed again.
Yes. Gasly, I think, is clutch. Sonoda is
maybe
all over
clutch?
The place.
Yeah.
Yeah, either clutch or DNF. So that kind of splits the points. But yeah, I think AlphaTauri is a good guess.
Yeah, and I hope Gasly can take that next level. He deserves to be in a major team, but yeah, we'll have to see. All right, so 5th, this is kind of where we differed again.
Yeah, so I had Aston.
And then I had Alpine. I trust Alpine even though I don't know what it is. I just think Alonso's such a good driver.
Ignorance is bliss.
Right? Alonso's such a good driver, and he wouldn't have come back. I think everything you're saying is correct with the drama, but I think they got the car developed, and then everybody left. So
this is true.
That's my guess.
Okay. And then Aston, I don't know, I've been hearing some rumblings that they're just going to dominate this year. Vettel, I mean, he's a 4-time world champion.
Yeah, more than Alonso.
Yeah, so that means something. I think he had a great season. I'm excited to see what Aston does. And then Stroll is so hit or miss for me because sometimes I'm like, oh, he's going to podium. And then the next day I'm like, oh, he's going to retire. He's tired of this. I don't know. He's all over the place for me, but he's there. So I'm going
Yeah.
with Aston. So
Yeah, that's fair. All right. So now we're getting to the big teams, right? These are the ones that people actually care about. The best, the rest, and then the top two.
Yes.
Right? That seems like what always drives the fan bases and things. So number 4, McLaren. Now, I think we have to preface this before we get a bunch of hate comments. It's not Norris and Ricciardo. It's just I think the other 3 teams are just better.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, McLaren could come up with, because they had a sick fast car on straights this year.
Yep.
And so they could, shock us all. But
Yeah. It's not.
looking at Mercedes and Red Bull, and then I feel like Ferrari's going to come back swinging.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think McLaren's just going to be right there.
Yeah.
But
I think they're going to be
fourth.
great, but I think they're just not ready to take that next step.
Yeah. Lando's
So.
consistent, but he's usually like 5th, 6th consistent,
Yeah.
4th. And then Ricciardo is either, hey, we're doing shoeies, or he's like 17th or 11th or something.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
No, that's fair. Comment down below if you would do a shoey with Ricciardo. Would you do a shoey with Ricciardo?
Yes.
I would do a shoey with
Oh,
Ricciardo.
absolutely.
Yeah. It's super gross.
But I will do it.
Yeah.
I will
yeah.
do it.
That's
Okay.
fair. All right, so this is when it starts getting a little controversial, right? Because these are the last 3 teams. These are the big 3 teams.
Yeah.
And then the orders, you're going to get fans from every one of these that are going
Yeah.
to disagree with us. So, 3rd. What's our first controversial pick for 3rd?
Oh, gosh. So I'm... Okay. I'm going with Mercedes.
Okay.
Is 3rd.
I'm saying Red Bull is 3rd.
Okay.
So, this is, again, kind of where we disagreed a little bit. Most of the list was the same. That's kind of we combined it. But, yeah.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So, I think Hamilton can come back and win an 8th. He wants it, obviously. Russell's a great driver, as we've seen. Put him in the right car, and he'll probably win. But it is... there's just a lot coming in this year. Russell is still new to Mercedes. And then so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to piss people off.
Yeah, that's fair. I said Red Bull was going to finish 3rd. I think they
Okay.
spent all of their resources to get Max that first title.
Okay. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
But Perez is with the team. He knows how it runs. He
Yeah.
works well with Max, as we've seen. He can block like
Oh, my God.
mofo.
Secretary of Defense for Mexico.
Yeah. Like he
Yeah.
and he podiumed, he won, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Perez, he's good.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can't argue that.
So
All right, so number 2.
So
So this is obviously, right, if we say 2, you're going to know who our 1 is.
Yeah.
So who's your number 2?
So I have Red Bull.
Okay.
So I think Max is going to dominate this year. But, Perez is sometimes, I think, too aggressive. And he sometimes makes a few mistakes. So he may fall a little bit lower than Max. But I think Max will dominate. So they'll still be up there.
So I had Mercedes as 2.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
they're going to bring most of that information over. They cut from 2021 a little bit earlier. They've been dominating for 9 years.
Yeah.
Because you can even count when they were Braun.
Yeah.
Like, they've been dominating for a while. I don't think they're going to forget about 2022. A lot of the regulations, I don't know. It's a lazy pick. It's an easy pick to be like, oh, Mercedes is going to keep dominating.
But I mean, it's still a good pick. Like,
Yeah.
you don't win, like, it would be 8.
9.
It'd be
this
9
is
in
8.
a row if they
Yeah.
won this year.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not a lazy pick or a dumb pick. I mean, they've
Yeah.
been winning. So
So, with that said, our number 1 pick.
okay.
How much of this is we think it's going to happen, and how much of this is hope?
I think Ferrari can bring it. I think they can end their drought. They have it. They obviously want it. They use so many resources for this new season, coming up with this brand new car.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
they're the oldest F1 team. They're the most legendary F1 team. They're the winningest F1 team. They've been 15 years without a title.
Yes.
I don't see a team that good. You don't see the Yankees go that long without winning. You don't see Alabama going that long without winning. Like,
And I feel like usually when they make these changes, these rule changes, it's because they want to usher in maybe a new team, kind of shake it up a bit.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
no, I mean, it's true. It's bit Ferrari in 04.
Yeah, so I think Ferrari has like 2 very consistent good drivers that
Yeah.
are like there. And I
Yeah.
mean, look at Ferrari's car last season. It wasn't the best. Like,
No, and they put that thing where it wasn't supposed to be.
like on the straights, you were like, oh, well, where's Ferrari? I don't know. They're in the concession stand. Like, they just can't.
Yeah.
But they still did amazing against Mercedes and Red Bull. So
Leclerc was 2 laps away from winning Silverstone
yeah.
in that car.
So
I mean, they were the Leclerc and Sainz were our number 1 driver pairing.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
if Ferrari can give them a car, give them the
think-
machinery.
I think they can go all the
know.
way. So I don't know. I'm excited.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. We've seen Max, so he's amazing too. So
Yeah, and if Hamilton comes back with a vengeance,
Oh,
which
yeah.
it's sounding like he will,
and
it's,
then Russell, we saw him
almost win.
Yeah, almost win if there wasn't that mistake, but
Yeah.
not his fault.
Yeah, it was
so,
a pit stop error in Sakar.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm
Yeah.
excited though. So,
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, that's our standings. We're saying Ferrari is going to break their title drought, and yeah, I know it's kind of a crazy thing, but again, this is before testing. So if we could come out here and Ferrari could have a tractor,
Yeah.
and Haas could have a rocket ship. So
Yeah, I mean,
we'll see
who
in
knows?
a couple weeks.
Yeah,
Right?
I know.
It's exciting.
Exciting. The drought
right.
is almost over. Not really. I mean, we have 2 months left until
Yeah,
race
2 months
three.
until actual racing. Yeah.
So we're
But-
getting there. We're
yeah.
surviving.
All right. So that was our constructors.
All right. Yeah.